Hi all, this video is going to be about how to get an internship, finding your area of interest, building your resume, where to find these internships, and also why is it important to have an internship. As I've spoken in my previous video, I have done quite a few internships during my university, and those were in the areas of cybersecurity, data analysis, and software engineering. And I've also spoken about how these internships actually helped me in getting a job. So the first step to getting an internship is to identify your area of interest. It doesn't really have to be just one area. It can be multiple fields that you're interested in. So for me particularly, I was interested in software development and data analytics. So I was looking for internships in both these areas. However, you can have a company that you're interested in working for, basically an internship at XYZ company, and you are looking forward to working with them. You could also look for internships based off of that. If it is a company that you're looking for, it is quite important for you to understand what are the intakes for them. So basically companies do have, like most companies do have, like two internship intakes, one at the start of the year and one midway through. So at Jan, or basically in July or August. So you need to keep looking for these internship roles opening up during this time. So when they do take in January, the internship process, the interview process happens way before that, basically 2 months prior to that in most cases. And so if you want an internship in January, you need to start looking for the job portals of these companies maybe in like November or in October. It's also advisable for you to look for internships that do come to your university. And a lot of these companies do have tie-ups with the universities to take in a certain number of students. So it's always easier to get an internship in that way through your university itself. If not, you do start looking for in other places. So my first go-to place would definitely be LinkedIn, because they have multiple options where you can filter out based on your location, based on the area of interest, and also based on the date filters on when it was posted and by the company and all the other things. So the next thing is building your resume so that you could apply for that internship. Building your resume, you need to customize your resume based on the area that you're applying to, based on the role that you're applying to. So if you're interested in two different things, as I mentioned earlier, I had two different resumes, for one for software development and the other for data analysis. And based on the roles that I was applying to, I would use either of these resumes. So it is important to tailor your resume based on that. It's important to know what to include in your resume. First off, it is necessary to include the internships that you have done before. If not, it is very important for you to add in some of the projects that you did during your university. Like computer science students, you might have like a couple of like database management projects or some automation projects that you have done during your university. It is necessary to include all those projects to show the recruiter that you've been constantly trying to work on something. And apart from that, you don't necessarily have to include your grades, but if you do think that it's pretty good, then feel free to add it. Once you find these internships, feel free to contact the recruiter. It's usually shown in these portals, like especially in LinkedIn, on who is hiring. You could reach out to them with a small note saying that you have applied for this and this is the area of interest, and they could contact you and you're available for a particular time, or whatever the necessary details that you would want to include. And if you do not see any of these openings for the companies that you've applied for, you could also try to search these recruiters on LinkedIn and try to contact them. Do not keep sending messages back to back, because they understand that they do have a lot of work in their organization, and they do not really have the time to respond to every single message of yours, but have some patience and reach out to them. In most cases, they would direct you or do take in your resume and then at least go through it. So, one of the most important questions that university students have when taking the internships are, is it okay, is it worthy enough to do an unpaid internships? Some key things to take away from an unpaid internship is that if it's your first internship, it's going to add like immense value to your resume. Second, it's definitely going to teach you how an organization works, and also you would also gain some new skills that are required for the future, maybe when you are trying to look for another internship or a full-time job. So it is okay to do an unpaid internship. Lastly, speaking about why is it important to have an internship experience before you graduate? If especially if you're planning to look for a job after your graduation and you are not planning to do your masters, it is necessary that you have certain internships added to your resume while applying for these entry-level jobs. So these recruiters do not know, since you do not have any prior experience, these recruiters do not know like based off of what they are going to hire you. So if you show them that you have done quite a few internships in that particular area, you can be confident enough to apply for that role. Say you did a data analyst internship, you can apply for a data analyst role and you can talk about that in your anyways. Thanks for watching this video and good luck in applying for the internships.